Virtual Boys have been playing Nintendo since they were little. These 60 plus combined years of experience have made them experts in the field. Or at least they sure think so. Join them this week as they talk about something from the wonderful world of Nintendo. Listening to the Virtual Boys Podcast, a Nintendo podcast about Nintendo things by Nintensity. This podcast is done by four friends that talk about anything and everything Nintendo. Check out the website at nintensity.com and be sure to follow us on social media. Be sure to subscribe and share the show with your friends. Oh, of course, enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Virtual Boys Podcast, a Nintendo podcast about Nintendo things. This is episode number 106, and I'm your host, David. David lashes out, accompanied with Jordan.
Comes aboard.
And James.
Comes out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere? When did you become Lucas?
I don't know. I couldn't think of anything else to say. Like, maybe I could have said disconfirmed for Smash. I don't know.
So Nintendo dropped a Smash Brothers Direct on us this last week, and we're ready to talk about it now. Our schedules have finally aligned, and we can actually talk about this stuff. But before we get started, just want to remind you to check out our Patreon page. Because these episodes are going up early as a reward for those that support us. Just check that out at patreon.com/Nintensity and come talk about the show with us on Discord at nintendo.city/Discord. Now let's smash. So the trailer was pretty epic, or not trailer, it was a whole direct. I wasn't expecting much out of it. I'm sure those of you that are listening know exactly what happened, but we're going to talk about it. Before we talk about the newcomers, we first want to talk about some of the big, administrative or side content that really means a whole lot to us. And that, makes this game even more ultimate than just being able to smash with the players. And the first thing to talk about is stages. They came out and told us that there are 103 different stages within the game. A lot of fans are speculating that that they're comfortable about talking about, since some of the older stages are still missing in action. Whether that means they're not coming or not, we're not sure. But 103 stages is huge. That's way more than any of the other Smash games, and it's incredible. Beyond that, they've also added in Battlefield and Omega modes for every single one of the stages, and you can turn off stage hazards on any stage. That's exactly what the fans have been asking for. I don't know about you guys. What do you think about the stage news in particular?
Turning off stage hazards is a godsend. I'm so tired of playing on a flat Final Destination, basically.
Yeah.
Because all the new stages in Smash 4 were pretty garbage.
They weren't that great. Especially Mega Man stage.
I think with Smash 4, they were like, the way they got Final Smash, so we can just go absolutely nuts these stages and just make them completely unplayable.
So. Yeah. The hazards are cool in concept, but it's just be nice to turn them off at some points. And that's exactly what this is. And I'm glad that they've just decided to bring all the stages as well, because not only would you have the option to turn off stages, some of the stages that are returning are kind of places to play that we haven't had before, that we didn't have in Smash 4. For example, you have Brimstar Depths. I really like that. I really like that stage in Melee, and how the stage kind of turns like that. So it's not so much as an obstacle or hazard.
How does that work with stage hazards off? Does it not turn?
It may not turn. That could be a thing. But either way, having that there is great, because you didn't really have that in Smash 4. Maybe I guess you can say even Brawl. So that was great to see that come back. But the stage hazards is a great option. And then Battlefield and Final Destination for all stages. So now almost everything is tournament worthy. Don't have to worry about playing in Smashville anymore.
So are all the Battlefield versions, do they all have the same distance for the platforms?
That I don't know.
Just a reskin Battlefield over and over again?
It could be.
Because what is,
that is
nice is
possible.
having options of how like spaced out the platforms are.
That, yeah.
Right, and that's
Just
why
so-
people play on, not just Battlefield, but also Smashville and other stages with
And
platforms
Fountain of
in
Dreams
competitive.
is popular
yes.
because I don't think
Yeah.
Fox's up smash can hit the platform up above.
Fountain of Dreams looks amazing. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I could be wrong about that though.
well, it would be nice if some of the stages had different lengths between the platforms. That would make it much, be more difference between them. But going on, because you bring up that stage, a lot of these stages are just so much better looking. Some of them you can't see too much of a difference, but you take the Bridge of Veldin, Gwar Plains, Gower Plains. Or I gotta look at the Japanese pronunciation. But what's the Dream World one? Or you just mentioned it's Jordan, the Fountain of Dreams. Fountain of Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
That just looks gorgeous, and Prince Our Deaths looks so much better. Anyway, they all these stages just look beautiful, and it's amazing that there's over 100 of them, and there probably more to come as well.
Well, we don't really know if there's going to be more.
The reason why I say more is because I think there are going to be new characters that haven't been revealed yet, and that some of them will get stages. This number, while I think it's close to what the final will be, final stage count, but I really don't think go ahead.
Kind of weird to mention that if you remove these three, we have exactly 100, and then they add one more, and then that's point
true.
Kind of falls apart.
That's true. It just would be odd to me if you bring in new characters and they don't all have. But then again, King K Rool doesn't necessarily have his own stage or anything like that.
But King K Rool didn't bring in another stage.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He's just piggybacking off of what DK already has.
Right.
And they could just choose newcomers that do the same thing.
That's a good point.
There's some big newcomers that they still have option to bring in that don't need a stage.
Right. Well, there you go.
That's fair.
So, and that goes into my next point. Bill Trennan mentioned that not all the stages are going to be coming back.
Right.
So I think
we've seen all the returning stages.
I agree. Some people speculate there's more coming, but with that kind of statement and what Sakurai said at the direct, the only one I could see coming, like any other stages coming, would be new stages. But then again, they could just piggyback off of characters that already have stages. So I think 100 is probably where we're going to be at, which is crazy. Like 100 stages, phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a ton of stages, and they all look excellent. I will say I'm kind of bummed that they didn't try to reskin the Super Mario Bros. 1 stage, where you basically play on the original Super Mario Bros. First level. I hate how it's like a desert wasteland, but whatever.
Oh, that one.
It's like they tried to make it post-apocalyptic or whatever back in Brawl, and I just wish that they applied some new paint to it and just made it more imaginative, that kind of thing. But anyway, I digress. That's just one of the stages that doesn't look particularly good to me. Moving along on our list, we also have.
I was just going to point out with 100 stages. If the average Smash game lasts 3 minutes, then it'll take 5 hours to go through every stage.
That is quite a lot.
I guess shorter than that now with the morph mode, which is pretty sweet.
That's true. I do like that morph mode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we forgot to mention the morph mode, where you get to pick 2 different stages, and at random points in the battle, it'll just immediately shift over.
My big question with that is, say you choose 2 different stages with different series, and it morphs over. Does it start a new song, and then when it morphs back, does it continue where that last song continued from, or does it start the song over again?
I don't know. They didn't clarify that.
And what also will probably drive me nuts, what if you choose 2 Zelda stages? Will it keep to the same song with the morphing, or will it change?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what ends up happening, because it would be weird to
also be
play,
kind of-
a happy-go-lucky Mario stage with like Ridley's theme in the background playing.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of weird.
Well, it's also going to be weird because they combined all the music per series now.
Right.
And so it's going to be odd hearing like Mario Galaxy music on a Mario Odyssey stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not that
I mean,
odd,
not
but
that odd, but I see what you're coming from. What also
Yeah.
interests me is how they have the other list and how they have like some of those games are in the other and then some aren't. Like, for example, Game & Watch has its own section, but Duck Hunt and some other titles are in the other. It's just kind of odd.
Now, why isn't Final Fantasy in the other? It has two songs.
It only has 2 songs. Same with Game & Watch. It's like, what?
Well,
Game has
so
two.
Game Explain added up what we've seen so far, and we only have like 9 hours of music that we know about so far. So it's possible that we're getting unlockable music, because in the Smash Direct, it was said that we'd get 28 hours worth of music.
Yeah.
Unless if that menu theme is really long. or
really long.
or we're getting 11 hours of banjo music.
Heck yeah. Yeah, because there are over 800 different tracks that are tied into the game now. 800. Like, I thought that, Smash 4's collection of music was ridiculously big, but 800 is enormous.
How big was Smash 4's?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but I bet she's like 300. Like, nowhere near this behemoth.
How many series are represented in Smash? I'd imagine that each one would get roughly an hour of music at least, except for the ones listed in Other and Final Fantasy.
I don't know. I have to do the numbers on that one. Don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, so I found a list. There are 495 songs in Smash 4.
Okay.
About. So a
That
little
makes
over
sense.
500.
Because
around 500.
they showed the Metroid song list, and I was kind of disappointed because it looked like we only got 3 new songs for Metroid. But of course, there could be more that are unlockable. But that would explain why they didn't use Dark Samus's theme with the Dark Samus reveal trailer thing.
Yeah, I was actually kind of like, why? Where's Dark Samus's theme? Like,
Well, it's because
800
Sakurai
tracks.
only knows about Brinstar Depths, apparently.
apparently, I just love Brinstar so much.
Every stage is either based on a lava stage or I don't know. Sakurai, play Metroid someday.
Yeah, please, Sakurai. There's so many interesting worlds. But one of my favorite things about the music is that there's the sleep mode listening, where your Switch basically becomes the music player. I think that is such a nice touch to be able to have all that music at your fingertips and, plug in a pair of headphones and walk around with it. I probably won't use it all that much.
I was
because
thinking
I
though,
have
like
music I
that's
like.
such a dorky and useless feature. And I thought I'm probably still going to use it. 'Cause I'm a dork.
You see, like, I thought the exact same thing. Like, I like, man, well, only a dork would do that. Well, better buy a good pair of headphones then. like, it is something I would totally do. Like, I definitely carried around my 3DS like a few years ago and was listening to the Xenoblade music. And I remember when I was younger, this is before I had an MP3 player. One of the Kirby DS games, I would keep it open and plug my headphones in and just listen to the music there. I know that was kind of cringy worthy, but for some reason I was really into that soundtrack. Anywho, this is great for dorks like us. So yay.
Yeah, so that's really cool. And you can create playlists so that you're not just like going through a single series or a random list. You can choose just your favorite songs to listen to in that mode. And it's like, they didn't need to add this mode into the game. They really didn't, but they did, because Sakurai is like, I'm going to be done with Smash Bros. One day, and I don't want you to ever ask me for anything ever again.
Actually, he recently said in an interview that he'll be done with Smash Bros. When there's no more demand for it.
Really? That's what he said now? Huh.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I remember
his
he
latest
said,
statement.
Ultimate's my last game, but I guess
No,
he's
he
like,
never said
fans
Ultimate
really
was the
love
last
me.
game. That was just speculated.
Yeah, he never said that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's cool. He honestly, like, I don't think this is his swan song. I definitely think he wants to keep going, but he's putting everything he can into this. And I think a big part of it is because he's he has been in the past, but even more so than before, he's listening to the fans of what they've asked for. You know, I mean, we can see that with the Smash ballot as well. But anywho, sorry, we keep going.
What I'm asking for now, and this is a totally side tangent, is a Kid Icarus sequel. But that's a topic for another episode.
I mean, who are we to say to tell him what to make? You know?
I know.
Some people are like, oh my gosh, okay, I love that you're making Smash, but stop for your health. Please go make something else. Well, how dare you tell him what to do? If he wants to make a new Smash game, let him make a new one. Like, it's his choice. And
No, he has to make Smash Bros until he dies.
if he wants to, sure, go ahead.
Yeah. So moving on our list of things to go over is some of the new rule things that they've added. Like, they didn't have to do this either, but you can now save your configuration of rules.
Yeah.
What do you mean they didn't have to do this? They needed to do this at the beginning.
I know. I couldn't believe that. I was like, wait, you're telling me I don't have to go into options every time I boot up this game to select stock mode?
Time's not the default anymore? Thank God.
That's so nice.
Everyone plays stock. Why is that not the default?
I don't know. But it's all okay.
I finally
now.
get to choose my default now. Thank you, Zachary. And watch. It's still going to be time on the default when you select your default mode. But it'll be the last time I have to change from time.
Yeah. The first and last time you'll ever have to do it in Smash Ultimate. When you set that up. So that's really cool. Of course, we already knew about this, but the ability to select the stage first and then the character, it opens up a lot more interesting competitive ways to play. You're no longer picking a stage to counter the characters that are being chosen.
Yeah. No longer will Skylar pick Little Mac and then quickly choose a Final Destination stage.
Yeah, exactly. So it's super nice to be able to do that. Very, very excited for that. There's also a couple of different modes. I don't know if these are
before we go on to the modes real quick. Some of the UI changes, like particularly to the menu, unless you have that someone down here. Just
I forgot to put that down somewhere. Thank you for catching that.
The main menu is quite an improvement from the fourth game. I'm still not I don't think it's the best looking menu, but it's better than it was in Smash 4.
Everyone keeps saying that it's like good and an improvement or whatever. It still looks as nonsensical as the last two games.
I agree. I think it's a little more pleasing to look at, but it's still nonsensical and just kind of like, what?
What even is Games and More? I was playing Smash Wii U the other day, and I just, for the life of me, could not find where the training mode was.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not very intuitive.
It's a game? No, it must be more. Okay. Well, can I do group? No, it has to be in solo. Okay. Oh, it's there in that tiny corner in that little box. Okay. How do I have my roommate be the controlled CPU? Oh, I have to go in the game. Okay.
Like, yeah, it doesn't make much, especially the Wii U version is just a mess. I'm not a fan. But maybe this will look better come.
We still don't know how much of a mess that Games and More is going to end up being.
Right. We don't know. Yeah, we haven't gone into it yet. But you go into the single player mode or not the single, but the Smash mode. It doesn't look too bad. I do like how you don't have the mess of saying having to choose 8-player Smash. Like you have the option to go into 8-player Smash. Just right from the first. Just the Smash menu, it's there. It's 1 to 8 players, So that's nice, getting rid of that off the menu as well. But anyway, it's a little better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It seems a lot more functional than it's ever been. So very, very happy about that. Beyond that, they've added a couple of new modes. I don't know if they're technically full-blown Smash modes. Definitely not like time or stock, but there is this one mode where you get to select a group of fighters. I can't remember what it's called, but each player or each team, I guess, selects a group of players, and you fight to take them out one by one. It's kind of like the final fight in that Smash whatever it was called on the Wii U. I know nobody played that, but but after
Smash
you collected
Tour?
the characters, yeah, Smash Tour. You take
this mode is
each character
actually
out.
this mode is actually stripped or taken straight out of Project M.
Is it really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So in the Melee and Brawl days, it was a very popular way to play for the community where they would take like one fighter and all that stuff, and you had to like keep the same amount of stocks when going down between each fight. And so then Project M, they programmed it into the game, and so it looks like Sakurai copied that over to this.
It's pretty cool. Like, I think I'll play it quite a bit because you get to play with a whole bunch of different characters all within like the same amount of the same battle, basically. And
Yeah,
it looks
which is
like,
sweet.
and it's also set up to be able to like pass the controller around quickly if you're like playing with a pretty large group of friends, which seems like a fun way to make Smash a little bit more party friendly.
Oh, totally. Totally.
Yeah.
You don't have to go into a tournament at all. You just have people choose a team, and then they choose their character, and then once you die, you just switch to the next person. It's great. Or you can have five. Each person chooses 5 characters, and you go out each other. I think that's something that has been missing in Smash. And Squad Strike, that's what it's called.
Yes.
And while it may have been stolen from Project M, thank you, Project M. I am so glad it's here because it's just another way to spice things up a bit.
Yeah.
My
I
favorite
totally
is
agree.
Smashdown.
Oh,
It's
yes.
the one where
Yes.
whenever the match is over, people can't repeat characters.
That one's really cool because like there's just something about playing lots of games of Smash with your friends, and you guys we like to like switch up characters and stuff. But then it's like, well, which one do I pick now? I don't really want to pick random. But this mode's
do.
really cool. Yeah, you pick random. That's fine.
I'm still going to pick random on that, and the people will randomly lose their mains because I'll randomly get them.
Yeah, but
Unless if random goes away,
Oh,
you select random and you can't select random again.
that's interesting.
No.
so you have a chance to get your main back if you've already eliminated him. That'd be kind of fun. But that seems like a mode that Smash has really needed for quite a while, just to be able to, play quite a few matches in a row with your friends while like changing things up and making sure that nobody's playing the same thing. I think that's an excellent addition.
Really benefits
there
me
any-
because I like playing a wide range of characters. So
Yeah. It's fun to play lots of different characters just to kind of get a feel for the game's mechanics themselves rather than just how a single character plays. That's all I have on the small tweaks to rules and other stuff. Did I miss anything that we're not talking about later? I don't think so.
Maybe, but I can't remember.
They added more. Oh, well, I guess they added some new bosses to the game. We have the humongous monster from Monster Hunter. He's going to appear
Rathalos?
as Rathalos. He'll be a boss and an assist trophy, which is kind
it's
of
actually
cool.
one of the smaller bosses
Yeah.
in Monster Hunter.
Okay. And then there's also Dracula that's been added as a boss. We're not entirely sure how that works. We'll talk about some of the rumors behind some of those boss fights in a little while. But for now,
Obviously,
let's
the
move on.
moon's one of the bosses too.
Yes,
Yes,
because it kills Luigi. He stole Luigi's soul.
No, the moon.
the moon. I don't think the
Oh,
moon.
the
From
moon.
Majora's
Sorry,
Mask.
I thought. Whoops, I was thinking the wrong thing. How did I miss that? I feel terrible. It's my favorite Zelda game.
You just gotta punch it a bunch in the face, and it explodes up, and then you're good. The end.
So, okay, cool. So the next thing on our list is newcomers, characters that were revealed at the Smash Direct. Something that we weren't really expecting because Sakurai said at E3, I hope you guys aren't expecting that many new characters. We're like, okay, I guess we're just getting Ridley and the Inklings. But nope, the whole thing started off with Luigi wandering around one of the castles in Castlevania, getting his soul torn out, and Simon shows up. And that was really, really awesome. I really enjoyed that reveal. And then Richter Belmont also shows up as his Echo Fighter. This representation makes a lot of sense. Castlevania has a very rich history with Nintendo, got its start on the Nintendo Entertainment System and was with them for quite a while. And it's one of those huge like series that's helped define quite a bit of the video game genre. I mean, there's a whole Metroidvania genre that's named after the Metroid and Castlevania style. So really nice to see these guys get representation in Smash.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, they've definitely been ones that people have been asking for a while. And I think there may have been, I think we have all, like fans haven't always been asking, but there may have been a little lull recently. Just, Konami is not going to do anything, or, it's Konami, they suck. But, they did put Bomberman in, so I guess that could have been a hint that Simon was coming in. But then, anywho, either way, they're here, and it's interesting to see that not only do we have a newcomer, we also have an Echo character. So, as probably more Echo characters get announced, can we expect another newcomer to bring along an Echo character? I don't know. We'll see. But just interesting to think that. A third-party character, no less.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of funny that Nintendo leaked Simon the night before.
They did. They released a piece of soundtrack for Castlevania on their YouTube channel, literally the night before the Direct, and people went to bed kind of upset that it was leaked. Some people were excited, some people weren't. When I heard about the leak on Twitter, I immediately kind of went to bed. So I was like, it's going to be big. If it's a huge leak that's going to spoil something, I don't want to know right now. I can wait, a night's rest.
Yeah, me too.
Wake up and watch it.
I was the same way.
Yeah, I ended up seeing it. I don't know. It was kind of already leaked by Virgin a while ago, which he seemed pretty credible to begin with. Months ago. But before this Direct, I wasn't too hot on Simon. I'm not a huge fan of Castlevania, although the cartoon's pretty kick-ass. But
what happened to Trevor? Where's Trevor? I want Trevor. Sorry.
But oh my God, Simon and Richter look fun as hell to play.
Yeah, they do.
They look like a kind of a combo-y long-range character, but slow, so they're not Bayonetta broken.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Absolutely. My favorite thing is they have the holy water that they can throw on things. And someone was like, hey, look, here's proof that every single character in Nintendo history is sinning. Like, they're just sinners.
Oh, interesting.
It was pretty funny. But their moveset looks really fun. They stuck to a lot of the main points about Castlevania and their history. And I just love how they added in the ability to like jiggle your whip around. Yeah. It's pretty great.
Wasn't that in Brawl for Sheik?
Oh, was it
was.
Really?
Yes, it was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Or was it in Brawl or was it in Melee? It was in Brawl. Yeah.
I know Sheik's done it. I know she does it in Project M. I don't know if it was in Brawl or not.
But yeah, either way, it's kind of cool because you could do that in the actual Castlevania games.
Right.
So
so that's pretty sweet.
It's really cool how careful to detail Sakurai is with the characters. I mean, the way he jumps, the way he just looks. It's just basically they took the NES sprite and put him in HD, or SNES or however you want to go. But anyway.
Yeah, he looks pretty fantastic. I mean, I was really surprised with Richter though, largely because I've never heard of the character before that Direct.
Same. But they're both in, and it's going to be awesome. They're going to be great characters. They also revealed Chrom as an Echo fighter.
Why?
He made a promise to Robin that he would show up. He'd get his time. I guess they just threw him in.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He is literally an echo of a clone.
He really is.
He's listed officially as Roy's Echo. Even though it looked like he had some kind of moves from Ike. It was kind of weird. I don't know.
I mean,
there are just as many representatives of Fire Emblem Awakening as there are Donkey Kong. Just that one Fire Emblem game.
Can we not? Like, Awakening's great and all, but just should have ended with Lucina and Robin. Like, that's it. That's all we need.
We didn't even need Lucina.
I mean, no. True. I mean, yeah. But the thing that really gets me is and maybe I'm glad they didn't do this, but at the same time, Chrom and Lucina are supposed to have the same fighting style in their game, in the game. Like, that's the thing. That's how, like, wait, that way of fighting, I learned from my father. Obviously you're fighting differently now. What happened?
Lucina grew up.
It really.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lucina realized that Chrom was fighting the same way as Roy, and Roy's bottom tier trash. So
I'll follow this Marth guy, the hero king, you know. But anywho, I mean, I'm happy for the Chrom fans. He's there. I mean, yay! But I don't know. Not my favorite choice for.
do we need 7 Fire Emblem characters? That's more than Zelda.
I mean, I do like Fire Emblem, but especially the fact that it's a third Awakening character, my happiness level is lower than it could be.
If we had to have a 7th character, why couldn't it have been Hector for an Ike clone?
A spear user or even Hector as an Ike clone. I mean, I think that would work rather well.
As an Echo for Ike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Just
would work.
Ike with shorter reach.
Yeah. I don't know. Awakening did save the series, so they have, like, maybe that's part of their rationale. I don't think it's a good one necessarily for why they have, so many characters from Awakening, or even Fire Emblem in general. But whatever. Chrom's in the game. I like Chrom as a character, but yeah, I really didn't need him per se.
He's boring. Chrom's boring. He's probably the most boring lord in Awakening. I mean, in Fire Emblem.
In Fire Emblem, I don't know. Roy's pretty boring.
I haven't played Roy's game, but Eliwood I hear is boring.
Heck, they could have even done Alm or Celica instead of Chrom.
Yeah,
I think the heck?
I think the part that bothers me the most is just that Chrom is from Awakening, my least favorite Fire Emblem game.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's move away from Chrom since it's so upsetting. The other character that they revealed.
Upsetting is not the right word, but
okay.
Dark Samus.
Did I forget something? Oh, how did I forget her? Dark Samus was also revealed as an Echo Fighter. I'm sorry, I'm so out of it. I'm so sorry. I've now screwed up 2 of my favorite games. They're representations of some kind. Anyway,
I don't think you are a fan of Metroid or Zelda. I think you've been lying this whole time.
You take that back.
Yes. But Dark Samus was revealed, and I jumped for joy, which is really surprising that I forgot her. But
so I'm really happy she's in the game. Mm-hmm. I am still weirded out that she's an echo of Samus. It feels dirty and wrong. Because Dark Samus doesn't have a morph ball or bombs or missiles or super missiles or the screw attack.
That makes sense. Yeah, you're right.
At least
she's all floaty and like area of effect damage.
I didn't know how it would work. Her moveset would work in Smash without being an echo.
I don't know. I think you just have to make her kind of like this berserker close range with a bit of long range character.
Yeah, but was she
That's a bit floaty.
Yeah, the floatiness. Okay. I guess there could have been a way to
Smash could have.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. I just wanted to say her final smash could be her possessing that giant supercomputer and wrecking you to shreds. That would have been excellent.
I'm just saying, if Sakurai had ever played a Metroid game, she wouldn't be an Echo. She's an Echo solely because her name is Samus. Yeah. Not because her abilities line up.
That's a good point.
But I am still happy that at least we get a Metroid rep. I shouldn't complain too much. It just really bothers me because Sylix would have fit perfectly as an Echo.
Yes, he would have. Yes.
He literally has all the same abilities as Samus, even picking up some of her like power ups in Hunters, because he had to be pretty much identical to Samus for the multiplayer to work.
No, I agree.
I mean, there are slight differences, but those slight differences can be done as an Echo fighter.
Totally. I will say though, Dark Samus' design is pretty awesome. Like,
oh yeah,
she looks excellent.
Looks so good. Like so much detail, like kind of veiny, but very, very alien looking, but at the same time, similar to Samus's power suit. So anyway, it's very awesome, and I'm glad she's here.
It's just, I don't know. It's just a little jarring because like Sakurai is so he focuses so much on the minute details of all the characters throughout all of Smash. And then it comes to Metroid and he's like, Zoots has 6-inch heels and Dark Samus is literally just Samus, right?
I gotta put these in for the Westerners, they really like that Metroid.
For some reason. Because it's a good
It's like you want to watch YouTube videos about the series. It's just...
Look at fan art on Twitter. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But she looks good.
I don't know.
If I play Samus, it'll be Dark Samus. That's for sure.
And then the song that they were using, the remix of Brinstar Depths, while it was absolutely beautiful and I love it to death, why wouldn't you choose a song from Prime? Like, not even just her theme song, but
any song.
Any song from a game that she was in. Like,
we have over 800 tracks here, people. Come on.
Yeah, but none of them are Prime songs. We got like a few for the Frigate stage. Orphean.
Yeah.
And that's it. I don't think there's a single Prime 3 song listed in what was shown so far.
That's a bummer.
Poor Rundus.
He was shafted.
At least now that Metroid actually has 4 reps, more than Donkey Kong, surprisingly. Whenever I play Metroid Prime 3, I don't have to shout every time I kill Rundus. You are the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to the Smash roster, not leave it in ruin.
And I just be like, toodaloo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Silex is up in line.
He's next, and Well, we'll see with Metroid Prime
next.
4 as well. We'll see.
Hopefully. Maybe he'll make it in as DLC.
Maybe.
Yeah, I sure hope so. Maybe he survived his death. Probably not.
I don't think Silex will get in. He's too close to Samus. He would fit too much as an Echo fighter, and that slot's been
Zero
taken now.
Suits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Zero Suits stylist, whatever. Anyway.
Screw it. Let's just put in Weevil from
Let's do it.
Hunters.
Perfect.
Or Tracer.
Yes. But Jordan, you mentioned Donkey Kong representatives, and so the final newcomer that we got in the trailer was honestly my favorite Smash Bros video so far. I mean, Ridley was freaking awesome, but this one was just hilarious. And it was the reveal for King K Rool, someone that we've been asking for years on this podcast.
The King is back, baby.
Woo!
Oh yeah. So, this is another one of my top wanted picks. Of the top 5 characters I probably wanted in Smash Bros, Ridley, K Rool, Dark Samus, Skull Kid, and Banjo. I'm only missing 2 now.
Yeah. It's crazy, but the trailer where they revealed King K Rool was just so funny. Like, Donkey Kong is just kind of chilling there watching TV, and suddenly he hears some thuds, and boom, it's King K Rool. Just kidding, it's King DDD. And I really thought that they were going to like make that an actual joke, because after that, King K Rool actually shows up and kills DDD. But I legitimately thought, real quick, that when King DDD did that Dixie Kong was just going to show up and be the new fighter. Like that's what I thought for a short time.
I thought you said the walrus guy or something.
So it really got me because, one, it didn't have like the little logo thing that all the character trailers have had so far with the Smash symbol thing and the sound effects or whatever. So I didn't think we were getting a character. And right before this, they had teased the extra mode down below.
Oh, that's true.
And then they went into like these like shots of heroes versus villains. And I thought they were teasing the Subspace Emissary too. And that's what I was expecting. And then it's like, no, that's a K Rool trailer. I'm like, oh, well, okay then.
But yeah, I mean, I either thought it was going to be Dixie or like one of the random walruses or something from Tropical Freeze. But no, it was K Rool, and it was awesome. And honestly, one of the second best part about that trailer is his final smash, where we finally get to see how DK Island gets destroyed.
I've waited 20 years for this moment just to see DK Island. No matter how many times I died purposely, it never was destroyed.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I know, but now we know exactly what the laser looks like and what happens to the island.
It's a little underwhelming. It doesn't get. I was hoping it would be like completely nuked, but there's still chunks sitting out in the ocean.
Explosion. It's a pretty big explosion. So yeah, I mean, I think it was an awesome trailer. It showcased Sakurai's troll side of him. I mean, because he is DDD, so you know, DDD being the one to troll Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong is quite fitting. But then you know, K Rool comes in and everything. But his moveset looks great, and everything about him is just taken from his games. You know, that kind of minute details that Sakurai is so good at. So yeah, usually Dark Samus aside. But yeah, I mean, he just looks like a phenomenal entry, and glad to have him here. And now we have way more villains. I don't know if this is going to tie into that secret special mode thing or not, but the fact that
I don't think so.
The fact that we have another DK rep, another villain it just makes the Smash roster look that much more varied and not one-sided kind of a thing.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. We get another villain. I said I really wanted a villain forever. More villains, please. Super stoked that it's not the recent K Rool, where for whatever reason his belly armor is part of his skin.
What? Like what?
It's actual armor now.
Yeah,
like
that's
it's
great.
Supposed to be.
Yeah,
and we finally have more rareware representation.
Yep.
Banjo,
which is a huge part of Nintendo's history.
Banjo. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's also odd that we've gotten so few DK characters considering how well the games have sold. And there's so many potential characters they could have brought in so far. I mean,
I still want Lanky Kong. I really do.
Well, as much as I love Lanky Kong, he's not coming.
No, he's not.
he's a bit down the totem pole. We got Dixie Kong, Cranky Kong, and Funky Kong above him.
Right, for sure. But yeah, I do think that DK needs more reps, even beyond just K Rool. But
I agree.
I don't know. At least we got K Rool. You know, he's awesome.
That needed
Looks
to
like
happen.
a ton of fun to play. A really slow, heavy character with a massive hit behind him. With long cooldown times, he's going to be fun to play. He's going to be fun. Very excited.
He's got a lot of power armor, it looks like.
Yeah, for sure. So let's move on to this next part where we talk about like our game that we've been playing. For those of you that haven't been listening to the podcast, especially the last few Smash Brothers episodes that we've done, we play this game where we try to predict what's going to happen with big Nintendo pieces of news or big Nintendo games. And we've been doing it with Smash Brothers. The whole idea is that we get a number of guesses, and each guess that we get right is worth 3 points. If we get it wrong, it's worth -1 point. But if another one of us guesses the same or predicts the same thing, the total number of points goes down by 1 for each other Virtual Boy that selects it. So going over some of those results, the first one is one that I predicted, and it was the return of tournament mode as a local Smash mode instead of being over the internet like they decided to do for Smash 4 for some reason. Very happy that that's back.
Yeah.
Very happy.
That needed to happen.
Yeah, not much else to say because it's a mode that's been in the Smash games before. I just know that I love playing it, even against myself or like my siblings. But it's good. The next one that we've got here is half of Skylar's. He said 2 new Fire Emblem characters, and we got one of the 2, so he's on track for that one. At least a little bit, much to our dismay a little bit, I guess, since there's so many Smash FE characters.
There's still like 4 Fire Emblem characters that need echoes, so he's probably safe.
Yeah, exactly. The next one is King K Rool. Jordan and Skylar both guessed that right, so that's 2 points to them. We just talked about him.
Clap, clap, clap.
The next one's Yep. The next ones are other character reveals that we anticipated or predicted that weren't quite right, or weren't right at all, I guess. Myself, James, and Skylar, we guessed that Shovel Knight was going to be a newcomer.
Which was really
unfortunately,
ballsy
but
of
also
us,
fortunately, it was. But he's an assist trophy, which is also really huge for the indie scene.
Wow.
It's enormous. Like, the fact that they made him an assist trophy is absolutely phenomenal. And I think that people that are super upset that he's not a playable character should maybe reevaluate their feelings on it, because, I mean, he's an indie character that doesn't have this huge following, or I guess that isn't from a huge company like all of the other representatives are from.
While he is an indie character, I think he has enough merit as a third party solely on that regard. Like, he doesn't have to represent the indie scene as an indie character.
Yeah.
He could just be a big third party, because how many third party games did better than his on the Wii U?
That's true. That is very true.
There's Minecraft. I think Minecraft's the only one.
Wow. I think part of the complaining or the disappointment for Shovel Knight comes from the Shantae fans, and maybe even other fans like rubbing it in their faces, like, you're only assist trophy. Shantae's gonna be an actual playable character, which you don't know that, by the way.
Shantae's not going to get it.
I agree. I mean, I could be wrong, but I personally think that's not going to happen. Maybe as assist trophy, but either way, Shovel Knight's been confirmed for Smash as an assist trophy. That's a big deal, whereas Shantae's not. So I don't think Shantae fans have anywhere to rub it in people's faces. But I mean, that doesn't mean Shovel Knight fans should rub it in Shantae in other people's faces either. But anyway, it's just great to see him there.
Yeah, absolutely. The other character that is an assist trophy is Bomberman. We know for sure he's not making it. That was one of James's guesses.
They revealed that all the way back in E3.
Yeah, we just forgot.
Right, I forgot to bring that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then James also guessed the return of Classic Smash. So
Yeah,
that's plus 3 points.
Yeah, so I mentioned Classic Smash with some changes to it, and lo and behold, they had Classic Smash with some changes to it. So there you go.
Hopefully it's not anything like the crappy Classic Smash and Wii U.
Oh gosh, I did not like that. And that's what I was hoping for, and hoping that it'd be different. And it looks like it is. Like, the classic modes are different for each character or something like that. And so it's interesting how they're gonna set it up. So we shall see.
Yeah. We shall see. So to now wrap up our discussion on Smash Brothers, I kind of wanted to discuss like the idea of what's left to reveal, like what's left in this game that Sakurai hasn't actually already told us. The first and most obvious is the mode that was teased but blurred out in the Smash Direct. It was a green background with a lot of pixelated images. Now, a couple of meticulous fans went frame by frame and actually managed to reconstruct the icon and the name of the mode in English and Japanese, and it is called Spirits. Now, we have absolutely no idea what Spirits is going to be like. Lots of fans are speculating that it has something to do with all of the recent deaths in all of the Smash trailers. Luigi dying, Mario and Mega Man dying.
All the fans speculating that
DDD.
clearly haven't been reading the little warning sign at the bottom screen saying not actual gameplay footage.
Like honestly, am I reading this right? It says not actual gameplay footage. I mean, what does gameplay footage mean? You expect it to be in the actual Smash? No, gameplay footage means it's not going to be in the game, other than maybe cutscenes.
Yeah, so those aren't cutscenes; those trailers.
Like how you remember how in Smash 4 they had those reveal trailers in a separate video mode or whatever. Like that's probably the extent of what these trailers would be. Like they're just going to be in this little mode. They're not going to be attached to an actual single player campaign. That's what I think.
Yeah. And the other idea with Spirits is that it's going to be like a boss rush mode type thing, since they've been adding, these new bosses and have the potential to bring back ones from Brawl and maybe some of the stage hazards from Smash 4. there's that idea that it's going to be a boss rush mode of some kind with maybe a tiny bit of story attached to it. Either way, we don't know what Spirits is going to be, and it is all 100% speculation at this point. Sakurai was not ready to reveal it, so I mean, we got to give him that. It
better be big. He set expectations pretty high by teasing it like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Especially since it's on the main menu and was blurred out.
Yeah. I mean, Smash Toro was on the main menu, but anywho, I personally think the boss rush is most likely, but at the same time, adventure mode on Melee and in Subspace Emissary, we had like these bosses in the game. Not so much Melee. Melee was just more like beat this character kind of a thing. But I could see there being an adventure mode like part to the gameplay to get to the boss, and then you fight the boss instead of just being boss, you know?
Yeah, kind of like adventure mode in that regard, right?
Right, exactly.
From Melee.
Right. So we'll see. I mean, that's just speculation on my part, but I do think bosses are going to play a role, especially with all the teasing they have been doing about that.
Anything else to add, Jordan?
I think it's boss rush. I don't have high or I don't know. I think they're putting way too much into the rest of the game to kind of put out a full Subspace Emissary again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I could be wrong. Sakurai did say back in Brawl's development that he originally intended for Subspace to be a separate team. So you have two separate teams working on it. And the Smash team now is quite large because they've recently combined the 3DS and the Wii U. So maybe they just put the 3DS team on a Subspace Emissary.
That's a good point.
At the same time, how many cutscenes can a cartridge on the Switch hold with all these music tracks and
I don't know. This is a lot of content.
all this stuff. Like they're packing this full.
It's a 64 gigabyte cartridge.
Oh,
probably
man.
not. Whew. It's like how they had to do the double layer disc for Brawl. I don't know. That was not like me reading news or anything. That was a joke. But anyway, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what Sakurai comes and does with Spirits. They'll probably tell us before the game comes out, I bet. So look forward to that.
Here's another thing that they could potentially reveal, aside from that mode. Maybe there's a mode where it is a level editor. That's something that people really want, that a better level editor. But we haven't heard anything about that. So maybe that's still up in the air. There's also that on the menu screen, there was two things that was blurred. They had the what we assumed to be the first player mode, the Spirits. And then there was another one on the top right that was blurred out on like that side menu. So who knows what that is? So they got to reveal that. Maybe it ties into that Spirits, but who knows? We'll have to see. But there's that as well. I still think there's a good amount of stuff to reveal aside from characters. But that's kind of crazy to think about because they already revealed so much.
Yeah, the game is so enormous at this point, and it's like we know that there's more still to come. It's honestly ridiculous how this is playing out. But then to kind of finish up our discussion on Smash Brothers, there are a few other characters that fans are, speculating might make it in, or at least really hope and pray that will make it in. The biggest one that I've seen going around is Skull Kid. Now, some guy on Twitter mentioned that Sakurai had Skull Kid's color palette on the couch behind him with the colors of Tattle and Tail as the chairs next to him. And it was saying, this is Sakurai's hint to us that Skull Kid's coming. If it is, that's ingenious planning on Sakurai's part, but I'm not going to bet all of my... I'm not going to bet on it.
People will see what they want to see. The first time I saw the people talking about the chairs, it was people saying Waluigi. Like,
right.
Even though we know Waluigi's assist trophy, it's like, come on, people. And then, then it went on to Skull Kid. But anyway.
So at face value, I can see where you guys are coming from. However, in the E3 Direct, he was sitting in front of a bunch of barrels and a rope ladder, which resembles K Rool. and the Donkey Kong series.
Oh, I did not.
So this isn't the
notice
first
that.
time he's done this. Is the thing?
Oh my gosh!
That madman.
You
We're getting Skull Kid,
just,
guys.
You kind of just blew my mind right there. Oh my gosh!
We're getting Skull Kid.
We're getting Waluigi.
And there's a lot. There's a lot of other things with Skull
Just
Kid
kidding.
too. So, like for example, when his assist trophy was revealed in Wii U, it was with this giant caption saying, "Warning: He's not a new fighter. He's just an assist trophy." Basically, like I'm paraphrasing, of course, but Sakurai is very aware that Skull Kid is a highly requested character and that Zelda fans really want him. And then he also got a Mii costume.
He did.
Right.
He did.
And Prom and K Rool and the Inklings got the costumes as well, and they're confirmed characters. Yes.
And one of the biggest leakers right now has also said he's in the game.
Wow.
So there's a lot stacked up on Skull Kid right now.
You know,
I'm not saying he's guaranteed in.
you're setting me up for disappointment, Jordan.
But he is one of the front runners, I think, at the moment.
Disappointment. I mean, I'm excited, but
Now the big argument against him is the Moon's an assist trophy now. So what would be his final smash? All they have to do is make it so that the Moon can't activate while his final smash is going off at the same time. Like, or my personal favorite suggestion, turn the Moon's face into Alfonso. And have him take care of it. Yeah. He's the pirate from Wind Waker and Spirit Tracks.
yeah. But why?
Did you guys? Oh, you guys weren't around for that meme.
I don't think I was.
So there was during Wii U, Spirit Track stage was revealed before Toon Link. So everyone thought that Toon Link wasn't in the game because how could he be? He was in the background of the Spirit. He was driving the train. And so later, Sakurai said, "Don't worry, Toon Link's still in the game, but if you're worried about who's driving the train, Alfonso will take care of it." And so then it became a meme that anytime there was a character that would get deconfirmed, it would be replaced by Alfonso.
That's
so like when Palutena got revealed, like the big meme going around was that the statue of Palutena got replaced with the statue of Alfonso.
That makes sense. They'll just replace Majora's Moon with Alfonso's face, just like coming in.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That'd be pretty great. But yeah, Skull Kid's definitely up at the front of these rumors and speculation and stuff, and I really hope he does make it in. Another one that fans are clamoring for is Geno. That one's a given. He's been a wanted character since probably Melee. I don't know. He was also a Mii Fighter skin, so there's that going for him, but we don't have much else, I don't think.
So he was a Mii Fighter skin, and Sakurai planned for him to be in Brawl.
Yes.
So, and he's a huge, highly requested character. I think he's actually going to be the last character revealed as the final push.
He is highly requested.
He is highly requested.
I understand that people love that game. He's only in one game. Like it's kind of crazy how much he's requested. I'm not going to say no to it at all. I think it'd be a good addition, but
the only potential thing I think holding him back is that Square Enix owns the rights to him.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But they are working with this game from the start now, as opposed to DLC later on.
True.
Right.
So
there is definitely a higher chance now.
Okay, now just wait. Don't you think Mallow's gonna make it in over Geno?
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Jordan's like,
I'm totally joking.
I'm not gonna even think about it. Nah.
But so yeah, Geno would be awesome. Well, we'll see if he makes it. I think that we have a couple more. Yeah,
I think we're definitely getting one more third party in the base game, and that's going to come down to either Geno, Banjo, or Rayman.
Yeah.
Because out of all the third party characters, I think those three are the last remaining ones that would have done really well in the ballot. Largely because Geno's been popular for forever. Banjo is huge in the Nintendo community and always has been. And during the ballot, Phil Spencer tweeted out that he'd be okay with Banjo being in. So that was probably an amplifier. Plus, if Minecraft is represented in some way in this game, then it wouldn't be too hard to also get him to get Banjo. And then Rayman got a trophy in Smash 4, and there was a huge Rayman leak that went on, the Smashified leak that was false. And that happened right at the same time as the ballot, so that probably also amplified him.
Yeah. I could see any of them making it in for sure. Plus, like I mentioned the other week, Ubisoft literally gave Nintendo a really nice character model of Rayman for the assist trophy. So they've got it, you know. So
Yeah.
I think Ubisoft would be okay with that.
I think it'll be one of those three. Plus, there's also Mario and Rabbids that recently came out, so Rabbids could be in the final Smash for Rayman or something.
That'd be cool. That'd actually be a good way to represent them. So yeah, those sound like three big guys. I know people are also hoping that Shadow's going to make it in because his assist trophy is still MIA.
Yep.
So he could be an echo of Sonic pretty easily.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, but I mean, the what also fuels this is that they revealed Knuckles. Yeah, they revealed Knuckles as an assist trophy and still haven't confirmed Shadow. So that's where some people are getting that from.
I personally would rather have either Tails or Metal Sonic be the echo to Sonic to Sonic.
Yeah.
But oh well, I guess we'll have a modern representation of Sonic.
Why not?
And then then to wrap up the other characters, Jordan, you want to tell us about that?
Well, there's a bunch of them actually. So then there's also Isabelle is definitely a huge one right now for an echo for Villager. And what are some other big ones? There's definitely the Chorus Kids because they were they're the last Gamatsu leak character that's not in the game now that Chrom's in. We'll definitely probably get another Pokemon. Isaac is really high up there, largely because he was one of the Brawl Big Five, and also Sakurai recently tweeted an image that was hinting towards Golden Sun.
Yeah, it was like how they were showing off characters fighting that giant monster from Monster Hunter, whatever his name was.
And if it doesn't mean Isaac's in the game, that is more than trolling. That's a mean tweet.
Yes.
At that point, he's bullying his fans.
Yeah.
There was a reference to Karate Joe in the King K Rool trailer, so that could also mean Chorus Kids, because they were most likely planned for Smash Wii U. And I think that's all the really big ones. And of course, there's this other leak going around that it happened to get everything right so far. It even guessed Richter, but it also guessed Gardevoir. So it's probably not true. But it would be hilarious if Gardevoir got in over a Gen 7 rep and just blew everyone's mind.
It would be pretty hilarious. Yeah. But again, there are just so many other things that they can reveal for this game. And I mean, I think that I'm pretty satisfied with how the game is right now, and I definitely buy it. But we know that Sakurai is going to do more because he loves us. No, he doesn't. He just wants to please us.
Give me your money.
Yes. So anyway, I think that'll probably wrap up our Smash Brothers conversation this week. We talked quite a bit about all this awesome stuff. We'll be sure to definitely talk about Smash Brothers more as we approach the release date because we're all really big fans of the series. And we're sure to get more news as it comes out. So stay tuned for that. Let's now move on to what we've been playing this week. I will go ahead and just say that I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 2. I finished it last night. I have an unhealthy obsession with the Kingdom Hearts series right now. I have now played through in the last month the first game sequel, Chain of Memories, as well as Kingdom Hearts 2, and I watched the 3-hour long cutscene compilation that was 358 over 2 days. And I'm going to start Birth by Sleep pretty soon. So lots of Kingdom Hearts. I love it. I'm very excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. Very, very excited. And that's pretty much all I've been up to this week because I am a busy boy getting ready to start my masters. So
I've been playing Octopath Traveler. Still playing that. I had a video go up on my review, but haven't quite finished it. I only have 2 hero stories to go, and I think I'm going to try to tie it all together. You know, there's that final dungeon, so I think I'm going to try that. It takes a lot of time. I'm over 90 hours, and I'm not quite done yet.
Dang.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the game was that long.
Now.
Well, I mean, obviously it depends on the player because people will play differently. I've seen people who have beaten the game in 60 to 70 hours. So it's just to each their own. But granted, 60, 70 hours is not something to poof about. That's a lot of playtime. So
that is a
I
lot
got
of
35 hours, and I don't even know if I can continue.
I mean, it's not like the fact that they're all separate stories, and they're even the stories within the characters, they don't really connect at all to each other very well or all the time. It kind of makes it hard to progress unless you like are just in love with the gameplay, which I was, and I did want to see some of the stories progress and everything and how they end. So, but I see what you're saying. Like, there is not as much incentive to finish the game.
How long was Bravely Default?
Bravely Default, for me, it was about 50 hours, maybe 40. But part of the reason was because halfway through, maybe even a little more than halfway, something happens in the game where all the enemies are basically level 3 months. Not all the enemies, but basically you're ridiculously over leveled compared to everything, and just grinding takes forever. There's nothing that is at your level. And so it becomes really bad. So that kind of adds a lot of time to Bravely Default itself. But you don't have that Octopath Traveler.
How much grinding is in the end game of Octopath?
I'm not quite at the end game, but I haven't had to stop to grind because I just go to each like player's final chapter, and aside from like maybe the first boss, I haven't had too much trouble with any of them. I mean, they're still fun, and I try to make sure everyone's evenly leveled, but not very grindy, I'd say. Maybe different when you get to the final dungeon, though. I've heard it can be pretty rough if you're not prepared. So,
I still need to play it. I still
recommend it.
30 minutes. I've played for 30 minutes.
Oh, you got a little ways to go.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I like Octopath. I just don't know if I can sit there for 90 hours. I'm a third of the way there, apparently.
Yeah.
And I'm already kind of burned out.
Yeah.
But so I fired up my Wii U this last week.
Ooh.
What? You still have one? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Ended up playing a bit of Smash, and then fired up Wind Waker HD, which I don't think I played all the way through. I think I fired it up once and I was like, oh, that's cool. They did some changes, and then I just turned it off. But now I've played through it. I like some of the changes they've done. Some of them really bother me. I really hate what they've done to the boomerang. It drives me insane. Because you have to you click it to have it come out, and then you have to click it again to throw it. Instead of just click and hold to hold it and then release to throw it. And I think they had to do that because of the positioning of the second joystick. It's in a really weird spot if you wanted to put your boomerang onto Y or X. So I don't know. The boomerang drives me insane. So I definitely didn't use it very much compared to my usual Wind Waker runs. Swift Cell was definitely nice, although unlocking it was really weird. It took me forever to find it. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they made the Cave of Ordeals thing harder in the Wind Waker HD version. I don't remember the later levels near the bottom having half as many enemies as they throw at you at the end there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at that. I didn't catch that.
I don't think the GameCube could handle that many enemies.
Probably not.
They just dump them on you. Eventually, I just had to start throwing bombs into like this swarm of choo-choos. Because
They're just too many.
But yeah, it's fun. It's Wind Waker. It's pretty. The changes were kind of hit or miss for me.
Yeah, I really liked Wind Waker HD. I kind of want them to port it to the Switch just so I can have it.
That's what I was
handheld.
hoping for. That and Twilight Princess, but I guess I'll just play them on my Wii U since I already own them.
Yeah.
I still need to do my Dark Souls run of Twilight Princess.
Yeah. Hard mode with Ganondorf on all the time.
Yeah, 3-heart challenge.
3 hearts. So you literally die in one hit to pretty much everything. That's great.
Let me tell you, the frog mini boss is a lot harder when a tadpole can murder you.
That's funny. So, well, cool. Thanks for sharing. I guess that'll do it for us this week, folks. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Virtual Voice Podcast. It really means a lot. Come follow us on Twitter at Nintensity and let us know what you think about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and the trailer.
You can also talk about Nintendo stuff on our Discord server. We've got some Nintendo fans eager to chat with you there. Check it out at nintendo.city/discord. And patrons on Patreon get access to our supporter-only chat. And you get to help us make decisions about the show, website, and much more.
Speaking of Patreon, I'd like to shout out to our patrons, Chris, Chase, Ratmvp, and MyEcho. And Joseph.
Sorry, that I was typing that. I forgot to add him to our list on the show notes. Sorry.
I had to make a guess. I had JOS to work with.
Jose. Just call him Jose. I'm just kidding.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you for your continued support of the show. If you want to support the show, get early access to our podcast episodes and more. Be sure to check it out at patreon.com/NintenCity.
Yeah, and we're going right after this to talk about on the Virtual Boys Micro, our patron exclusive podcast about our favorite anime. So yeah, again, you can get access to all that stuff at patreon.com/Nintensity.
Don't forget to check out our YouTube page. We have some great content on there. I recently posted my Octopath review, Octopath Traveler review. So give that a look and a like and tell us what you think. If you like what you see, give us a little subscribe. And the music that you listen to at the beginning of the podcast and will shortly listen to after was composed by Skylar, our talented co-host. He posts his music on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Skytar with a 5 instead of an S.
And again, thanks for tuning in to the episode this week. Be sure to leave us a review on iTunes and let us know what you think about the show. Be sure to also check out our website at nintensity.com for new show notes and more. This week's episode's show notes will be available at ninten.city/EP106. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye, you good people.